Passion is a scam. A perfect 21st century illusion woven by marketers and online gurus to keep you perpetually craving and never satisfied. From childhood, you were brainwashed with a toxic idea that everyone is born with a divine calling. That somewhere out there, a perfect job exists, and once you find it, you will never feel tired or bored again. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. That is a blatant lie. Face the brutal reality: you were not born to be a genius. You are an organism built for survival. For thousands of years, our ancestors worked to eat, to build shelter, and to survive the winter. They didn't wake up at 5 a.m., plow the fields, and ask themselves, does planting rice align with my passion and my heart's true calling? They worked because if they didn't, they would starve. Yet today, if your job doesn't make you jump for joy every single day, you feel like a failure. You suffer from the delusion that you are special. The harsh reality is, you are not special. Corporations do not pay you to nourish your soul. They pay you to sell your labor and solve their problems. It is a transactional exchange. Period. Endlessly quitting jobs to find your true passion is exactly like walking into a buffet and refusing to eat anything because you are waiting for a soulmate dish to fall from the sky. In the end, you will starve to death while food is laid out right in front of you. You romanticize the idea of a perfect job so much that you would rather sit at home scrolling on your phone, waiting for a miracle, than accept an ordinary job, take orders from a boss, and sweat for your money. Stop lying to yourself. You are not searching for the meaning of life. It is pure laziness and cowardice disguised under the beautiful wrapper of personal development. You use the word passion to justify your inability to handle pressure and your incapacity to endure the inevitable boredom of adult life. Why are you so obsessed with the word passion? The root cause is this: you are terrified of admitting that you are an ordinary human being. The internet has infected your mind with images of college dropout billionaires, 20-year-old startup founders, and influencers who travel the world and call it work. You look at them and believe that must be the trajectory of your own life. Therefore, when you have to sit for 8 hours in a gray office, typing on Excel and answering emails, your ego screams. It cannot accept this reality. You tell yourself, no, I was born to do greater things than this. I just haven't found the right passion yet. You choose to be an undiscovered genius rather than bite the bullet and become an excellent but nameless employee. This delusion is the poison that kills your future. It creates a disease called the paralysis of choice. You stand before dozens of career paths, and you freeze. You don't dare to fully commit to anything because you are afraid that if you choose the wrong path, you will miss out on your grand destiny. You start a new job with total enthusiasm. But just 6 months later, when the novelty wears off, when the troubles, pressure, and repetition begin to surface, you panic. You think, oh no, this isn't my passion, because if it were, I wouldn't be this bored. And so you quit. You hand in your resignation. You pack your bags to find a new passion. You fail to realize that every job on this earth, even being a pop star or an astronaut, consists of 80% tedious, repetitive, high-friction tasks. You are running away from your current job, but in reality, you are running away from your own weakness. There is an ancient myth about a man named Sisyphus. He was punished by the gods, condemned to push a massive boulder to the top of a mountain. But every time he reached the summit, the boulder would roll all the way back down. He had to walk back down and tirelessly push it up again. Over and over, forever, in absolute meaninglessness. Sounds like a cruel hell, doesn't it? But the philosopher Albert Camus said this: one must imagine Sisyphus happy. Why is he happy? Because Sisyphus harbors no illusions. He does not hope that one day the rock will turn into gold. He does not hope there is a banquet waiting at the top of the mountain. Sisyphus accepts the meaninglessness of his task. He finds strength in the very act of putting his head down, flexing his muscles, and pushing the rock. Your life is that rock. Waking up every morning, navigating traffic, facing deadlines, paying rent, buying groceries. It is an endless loop. Stop trying to find cosmic meaning in that rock. The rock does not care about your feelings. Your job has no obligation to make you happy. What is the only solution to free yourself? It is to accept the grind. Throw the word passion out of your vocabulary. Go to work like a cold-blooded machine. Take a task, complete it with absolute precision, take your paycheck to sustain your physical body, and then put the work away. Do not let it define who you are. When you stop expecting your job to be a miracle, you will suddenly find an eerie sense of peace. You will no longer be disappointed, because you expect absolutely nothing from this world. That is not pessimism. That is absolute freedom. You are not special. This life is fundamentally meaningless. And that is exactly your ultimate weapon. No more illusions, no more pressure. There is only you, and the rock in front of you. Put your head down. And push.